I was 9 feet tall and weighed 10 pounds and was bald at one point. Like I looked like an alien.
Were you picked on?
Oh, relentlessly.
What would people say to you?
So also I was gay and kids may not know.
I didn't even know you were gay until I looked it up. I had no idea you were gay.
Yeah. But I did. And knowing that.
But no one else did.
No, I couldn't because I would be harmed. And so I saved all summer to buy a car between my 15th and 16th birthdays. And I bought a 1985 Pontiac Sunbird with no air condition in the rural South, like in the middle of nowhere. And I live in hill country. It was a stick, but it's what I could afford. I was so proud of this car. And then the first day I drove it to school, though, somebody keyed in my hood.
Oh.
So that is what it was like.
What was that feeling? Did it break your heart?
My first thing was I have to show my dad this.
Did your parents know you were gay?
No.
Nobody knew?
No.
They
couldn't know.
And you didn't come out till 2020?
No, I can't. I've been out since 19 or 18. But not here because it wasn't cool when I got here. My very first press junket, the guy who was our shepherd, our executive producer, a very famous director producer, told Sean William Scott he almost didn't hire him because he thought he was a fat. And so that was my shut your mouth.
Unbelievable.
But that's the way it was. And it wasn't until I wasn't out at work until I think 2015. And just because I just didn't want to deal with it. I mean, but then one day I realized, why should I have to be at craft service and hear a bunch of homophobic shit and wrecking my day when I've done nothing to cause this? And so then I was like, hey, I don't want to hear that. And I get it. It's guy talk, saying fat and all that stuff. It's guy talk and they don't think about the context of it, but I don't want to hear it. And it wasn't until then I was like, you know what? I wouldn't correct you in front of a group of people, but I definitely will pull you aside.
Just say, hey, I'm gay. It's insulting.
Yeah, I was like, why? Why would you need to do that?
Yeah, it's the same thing if somebody was going, oh, don't Jew me. And I'm right there.
And the thing is, all that stuff.
I would go, hey, I'm a Jew. I'd make laugh. Go, hey, I'm a Jew. Just so you know, it's.
And I've done that. Hey, I'm one of those words that you're saying.
Yeah, I think everybody's used words and things amongst close friends. No one's perfect, but it's also you're on set with
my job.
People. Like no one should be doing any of that.
And that's one of the things that I am cognizant of, owning my space at my work. I'm there to do a job. I'm hired because I do that job well. And I deserve respect for that because I give it.
Yes. You earn it.
And I don't believe in retroactively punishing people. I mean, we're looking at things with different eyes now. But because we do look at things with different eyes, that shit doesn't fly anymore. And our locations manager on our movie said something, and I had to have a hard conversation about it, and because it offended somebody else, and it was something that I wouldn't have put up with if it was said about me.
Yeah.
But it's old man stuff too. Like I would never dream of saying nice tits to somebody or, hey, that's a good bulge you got there, buddy. Like, or whatever the shit that people
Are you insulted
did.
if people say things like, that's really gay?
No, I say it. Context is everything too.
That's so gay.
Yeah, I say it all the time.
Right.
No, I'm not easily offended at all. Also, what's not realized is we do this thing now. Well, nobody cares. Well, everybody cares because we're still fucking talking about it, and people are still being harmed for it. And also, it doesn't matter, or maybe just don't do it because, like, people when they're like, well, now we can't say anything. It's like, well, why would you want to say that? Because you don't know the trauma this guy growing up, where he grew up, had to deal with, and what he had to overcome just to get to this place, to be at this job. So I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
And I'm not a thought police person. I do look at context. I'm not going to be on you about everything, but general stuff. If I'm hearing 9 times from you when I'm trying to butter a bagel,
it's who you are.
I don't want to hear that.
It's also who you are.
Yeah.
If you're using it like that, religiously.
Of course.